All right, we are recording. Welcome, everybody. So we are with everybody who promoted in March of 2019 from the Dashing Diamonds. Okay, we had executives and rubies. Did anybody pop emerald? I don't think we had emerald. Then we had diamond. Okay, so we have two girls that aren't with us tonight. Basically, they're just going to tell you, when they joined, why they joined, what their promotion timeline looks like. Like I joined October 2015 and I went ruby in 3 months, and 2 months later I went diamonds, and then I lost it, and then it took me a year to get it back, and then another year to go double, and here we are, we're going presidential diamond this month, so it's kind of crazy. So I want to know your timeline because everybody's different. We have some late bloomers, which, I mean, everybody's journey is their own journey. You can't compare it to anybody else. And you're going to talk about how many loyal customers and distributors you personally enrolled, because I want people to understand that you don't promote by accident. You just don't. Some people can get carried to diamond. Like it might happen if you have a couple people under there working, but they don't last very long, and you usually end up bumping somebody up. And then how close were you on March 1st when you did your projected volumes? Like how many distributors did you still need to fill your chart? And how much volume were you from your next promotion you guys just hit? And then just kind of like your tips on like how you enrolled these people, and let's go from there. So we're going to start with Lindsey. All right. Oh, what happened? Unmute. It's not letting me unmute you. What the? Oh. All right. Oh, hold on. All right. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, I think it was like frozen and lagging for a second. Okay, so can you please tell us just your name, how long you've been in the business, and why you joined?
Well, my name is Lindsey Rogers. I joined in November of 2018. I joined under Cassie Wyman Nursing School, and I knew I didn't want to work full-time in nursing school because nursing school really, it really sucks. So I saw Cassie do it for a couple years, and I've just known her forever. And I knew, well, if I joined under Cassie, I can't go wrong there. This isn't the first time that I've joined It Works. I joined probably 4 years ago, and it did not go near as well as everything has been going now. I didn't have any help. I didn't have any push, and have a team that helps me as much as they help me now. So it's been a really fun experience just this far. So I'm excited.
What I tell people sometimes that I do talk to who have done the business before is they're like, I did it before and it just didn't work out. And I always say, like, did you have help? Like, did you have training? Because that's usually like number one. They're like, no, like they just signed up and they were thrown into it. And so I mean, this team is incredible, and we are incredibly lucky to have each other, and just the leadership and just the guidance that we've had, and the culture we've created. And so this is, I don't want to say it's rare because this is what everybody should get, but I mean, there are some people who don't have it, and I've had several people like yourself re-sign up and just, just better led basically. And not that you need somebody and that you need training to be successful in this business, because you don't. I taught myself. I watched Jay Hooper videos, and that was about it. And I just learned along the way. But everybody is not like me. There are people who learn at different paces, different ways. And I just basically wasn't going to let somebody not telling me what to do keep me from making money for my family. So I just figured it out. But some people need a little bit of confidence. So can you tell us what rank you just hit? I think you're lagging very much.
Executive. Yeah, I think so. I just hit executive.
Perfect. Yeah. So that is the first rank of the company. It's incredible. Most people don't sit executive very long because Ruby is just like a tiny little jump away. And then Emerald, just the way that the new compensation plan and like charting is, it's so much easier. Like you don't understand. It is so much easier. So how many loyal customers and distributors did you enroll for March for you to promote?
Okay, I'm going to be 100% honest. I signed 3 customers. So the 2 girls that I have under me are like literally just killing it. like they just keep sending person after person after person.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had to have a talk with them, like, hey guys, you know, I'm struggling a little bit, you know, you guys are doing great, like keep pumping them up because they're doing such a good job. This last quarter in nursing school has really, really, really taken a toll on my mental state. So I actually had to drop the class that I just passed this last quarter in my October quarter. So, and took to hit, you know, executive, and, you know, went this far, you know, so my girls on my team are really, really, really killing it. So
Well,
I
and
can't take all the credit.
And no, and that's the thing too. So you guys, when I went diamond, I literally did it by myself. It was not the way to go. I wasn't going to let a couple of people not working or like half the chart not working keep me from making a $20,000 bonus and a full-time income for my family. I just did what I was supposed to do every single day, right? So like I didn't get caught up in like, oh, I shouldn't place with her. She doesn't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. Like this was my promotion too, and I wasn't going to let somebody stop me from that. So I mass enrolled and I went crazy. But you guys, I promoted to Ruby, Diamond on my own, and I lost it 3 months later because I didn't know how to be a leader, and nobody on my team was working. And so when we went double, we had so many people working, earning their own promotions, and I felt actually undeserving of double because I didn't mass enroll like I did for Diamond. And so I want people to understand you don't have to be a mass enroller to be successful in this business or to promote in this business, because you want to work with your team. If everybody literally enrolled like 4 loyal customers, literally everybody on your chart, you yourself and the people below you, if everybody just tried to do their steps to success and enrolled at least 4 loyal customers each month, around maybe like 50 BV, by the second month, everybody's in 400 club and they're enrolling 3 distributors who are enrolling their own people. It's just this huge domino effect. If we all did our part, we would all be ambassador like yesterday. I swear to God, if we would all just complete our steps to success, each and every single person on our team. So we're not asking people, if you want to promote, you got to enroll 500 customers yourself. Like you don't want to have to do that. Like you want your team working and doing their part and working together. So it's okay to say like my team helped me, because your team is supposed to help, and it's not helping you, they help themselves, which in turn, like you helped them and that helps you. And so it's a teamwork dynamic. So I don't want you to feel bad at all for not enrolling like you thought you should, because you got plenty of other ranks to go. You got plenty of other people to bring in. You got plenty of other time to like step up and be happy with what you did, but you should still be proud of yourself. It's a huge first milestone. And like, if you keep it up, you just keep going and keep pumping up your team, and you help focus on their promotions and help them get to executive each themselves and Ruby themselves. And so that's just, you help your team and it helps you. So how close were you on March 1st in terms of how much volume you needed, or was your chart full already with distributors?
So I had 3 distributors, 2 of my good friends, and then 1 was my husband. I signed my husband underneath me.
Okay.
So I was talking to Cass a little bit earlier. I'm not quite sure how to figure all that out. Yeah, I'm from executive when I started, and I was 800 from Ruby.
Okay.
I think I ended up like under 700.
You were so close to Ruby too.
Yeah, so I have, you know, this week off from school, like kind of like a week break, so I've been hitting it really hard, you know, this week, trying to get as much in as I possibly can.
That's perfect. So, you got time to like prepare, make a game plan, and just know what you need and where it needs to go. So you spend the rest of the month literally just working so you can get that chart done. So that's really, really good. So like, what tips do you have for people who are working towards promotions? Like what was successful for you, or to help you get in the right mindset? Like what kind of journey did you go on this last month to help you promote?
So I even cold messaged a couple people, you know, like I'm not big on cold messaging, but I even messaged people like, hey, have you ever heard of it work? You know, blah, blah, blah. I don't think cold messaging is a bad thing, as long as you're not like doing it to like 10 people off the same person's like friend list, then they're going to get kind of suspicious, you know? So I kind of just told them what they needed to know. You know, I didn't really throw everything out there. They asked, and I responded with what they wanted to know.
Exactly.
I had this written down. I tried to just kind of stay cool, calm, collected, you know. I probably won't go Ruby, but if I do, great. You know, I'm just going to keep working towards it. There wasn't like a whole lot that I did, but I have this team that I'm on is just unbelievable. They will bring you up so fast, you know, they help you with whatever you know, it doesn't matter if it's 2:00 in the morning, you're going to get a message back. So I really rely on them. So it's nice to have those people around you.
And part of working your guys' businesses is the people who end up at the top are really good at enrolling distributors and teaching those distributors how to enroll customers. Literally just me bringing in new teammates, teaching them how to build their business. And like that's literally who makes the most money are the people who, or it's fast starts and cabs, diamond bonuses and stuff. That's why you want to get to diamond as fast as you can, you guys, because you unlock this whole other part of the compensation plan that you didn't even know existed. Michelle is about to get prelims on her first diamond check in a couple of days, and I'm excited for her. But you know, part of working your business and promoting is not necessarily enrolling. You start to get this leadership aspect. You start to help your team, and like you said, like you're working with your team. And that's a huge part of it too, a huge part of it. Because when I went double, I enrolled 6 customers that month, and they were all like 80 BB orders. And then my team was working their businesses and did the rest. Like, so I actually felt guilty because I felt like I should have done more. But really, I was leading trainings every day and like popping in and answering people's questions. And so like that was me working and helping towards my promotion too, was doing the leadership aspect and just helping my team. And so even though my enrollments were where I thought they needed to be, but based on a previous promotion that I had, the way that I had done it, I did it right when I went double. And we're doing it right while we're going triple and presidential. And so I don't have to enroll 1,000. I mean, I would love to enroll 1,000 customers, but I don't feel like I have to anymore. And that I'm just knowing what you need, where it needs to go, and making sure you're still working your business and trying to get those enrollments, and then turning around and helping your team do the same. And sometimes you find people who, I mean, people can promote above you. Any one of you guys can go triple diamond before me. That would be the craziest crap I've ever seen, because we are very close, but it's true. Like, people underneath you can promote above you, and it has happened. And it's like, it's such an amazing thing, because that means an entire piece of your chart is taken care of because they're working like they're supposed to, and it's incredible and amazing. You can't get caught up in that. So if you feel like somebody on your team's working harder than you, don't get caught up in that, because that person's going to start taking care of themselves, and you can focus on the people who need more help. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of it. Mm-hmm. Do you have any last minute tips for us?
Just stay focused. I mean, it's really hard to get away from not posting, not talking to people, you know, being super busy. You know, you do this from your phone when you want, whenever you have time. So it's just so convenient, you know, just try to stay focused. And, you know, even if you only message a couple people a day, I mean, a couple people a day is better than no people a day. So
Exactly. Perfect. Well, congratulations on your first promotion. I look forward to seeing you pop some more this month. And thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Muted you. Michelle, are your children behaving? Nobody's screaming. If I mute you, you're going to be good. You good?
I'm good.
I might scream.
Yeah, Matt's in the background. He might get loud.
Hush up. Okay, so, I just squished a piece of popcorn. All right, well, I wanted to save you for last, but then I kind of forgot you had kids.
Well, I mean, I can go last. I don't
Maddie
care.
already went to bed.
Yeah, Maddie went to bed, so.
It's okay. That's all right.
I can pass the tiny one off. She's easy.
That's all right. You guys, Michelle went diamond, right? So my second personally enrolled diamond. So we have 3 diamonds on the team now. I look forward to every single one of you being diamond. But Michelle, tell me how long you've been in the business, why you joined, and your name. Well, it says your name, but go ahead and announce your name.
Michelle Spiker. I joined May 12th of 2016, so just shy of 3 years.
Right after I went Diamond.
Yep. Literally, I watched Caitlin for a while, and I was the person who left her on red for like ever. And then I saw her post about getting this $20,000 bonus, and I was intrigued. I was like, yeah, right. There's no way. So I messaged her, and I had literally tried like every single like do it from home type company that there was. So Matt and I kind of went back and forth, like, is this going to be any different than all the other ones where you like.
That was your biggest hurdle. Like when we were talking, you're like, I've literally done everything else. And like, why is this different? I'm like, it just is. But I had never done anything else before. So I was just
But the biggest part that was different is because we have such like layered leadership, and there's trainings all the time, and there's always somebody that you can reach out to. And why I joined, at the time I had just had Maddie a few months prior, so I really wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but we made lots of stupid financial decisions when we first got married, and I knew that that was not a thing that could happen unless we started paying off more debt and bringing more money home. So I joined to hopefully be a stay-at-home mom. Promotion wise, was that the next question?
Yeah, your timeline. So what does your timeline look like? Did you like have a straight line to success to Diamond here?
Oh, heck no. No. So I went Ruby. They had the $500 Ruby bonus when I promoted to Ruby. I promoted to Ruby like at 11:59 Central Time on July 31st of 2016, which was like the very last minute that I could do it and get the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And that also earned me the spot on the cruise that I couldn't go to. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I maintained Ruby for, I would have to go back and look in eSuite. I maintained Ruby for quite a while, and then I got lazy and pregnant again, and I did not focus like I should have.
Well, you had a rough pregnancy the second time around too.
It was a lot more different. Yeah, it was a lot different than my first pregnancy. So, which, you know, it happens, and things got in the way and life got in the way, and I got defeated myself so it was a good thing that you talked about people out promoting you. So I had like 4 people quit on me, and then Allie out promoted me, and then I found out I was pregnant, and it got messy, and I was like, I'm so done. I can't do this. I'm mentally drained. I'm stepping away from everyone and everything because I'm not in the right headspace to do this. And I wasn't. That is a huge part of this business, is making sure that you do the self-development, and you retrain your brain to see the positives, and, do the things that leaders do, and to believe that you can do it. That's 90% of the battle, I think.
When I messaged you, so I'm not somebody who begs you guys to work your businesses. I knew Michelle knew what she was doing, and then if she had an issue, that she would have come to me. And I noticed eventually that she had just I didn't remember seeing her name pop up anywhere. I didn't see her in the chats really. And so reached out, checked in with her, told me what was going on. It like broke my heart. And I honestly wasn't 100% if you were coming back. I wasn't feeling very good about it. It was super sad. I was talking to Tina about it. I was like, Michelle, it's going through that time. I don't know what's happening. Because Tina loves you.
I love her. Her. She's amazing.
Yeah. So like what ended up happening? Like, how did you go? You skipped to Emerald. You double promoted.
I did.
Is the highest you went, and then you literally went Diamond. You just skipped Emerald.
So, well, yeah, that was a huge part of it. Matt just said my jackass husband let me quit my job, which is true. I did quit my job.
Mm-hmm.
I went part-time last year while I was pregnant after I didn't get a promotion that I thought I deserved at work.
Mm-hmm.
And which now is a blessing in disguise, because otherwise I would still be working like 50 hours a week. I had my daughter via emergency C-section on January 16th, which was terrifying. And then after that, like, I don't know, I saw everybody's posts from conference, which if you have not been or don't plan on going, get your butt to conference in February. It's amazing. I was super sad that I wasn't there, like super sad. That's when it like really hit me how sad I was that I hadn't been involved in everything recently throughout everything. So I decided that
the year before.
Yeah, I did. I went to conference the year before. I was supposed to go the year prior to that, and my grandfather ended up really, really sick. And my dad asked me not to fly down there because he was afraid that as soon as I got there, I would have to turn around and come home. So I went the year prior. I did not get to go this year. But after seeing everybody's posts, seeing the new products, everything that Mark announced, and I watched a bunch of the videos, and I flipped a switch in my head. And I was able to refocus and just go after it. Those $20 codes were a game changer for me, because all of the people that had stopped working and stopped messaging me back, and that had basically half my chart had crumbled. I've only been charted diamond for like ever, so I was able to, like, a huge part of how I went diamond was I found a girl that I actually lived with in college, Bobbi, who her answers will be in on this too. She went ruby last month when I went diamond. And she was only in it for a month and a few days before she went ruby. So I found somebody that I was able to, basically we like just went back and forth every day. Like, we cheered on each other's high points. We, talked each other through conversations. We a lot of the like mindset things and speaking the positive into your life, and anytime that you had a negative thought, we immediately replaced it with something good and something exciting and something positive, whether it be about business or about just your day in general. And I think that was a game changer for my business too.
Your mindset was just crazy, because you were like, I'm doing it this month, and you did not stop messaging me every day. And she was so excited. She kept enrolling, and it was just like blowing my mind. Like, you're like, all I did was just say I'm doing it. That was it. And it was just
it changed the game. It changed the game. And whether the bonus was on the line or not, it wasn't going to change my mind.
Yep.
Like, bonuses, yes, I am super stoked that I hit the $10,000 bonus. Don't get me wrong, but I went diamond before I even got the bonus, because you have to have 150 personally enrolled BV or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd given all my LCs away. I'd given them to my team to make everybody else, to pump everybody else up, because why not? I enrolled 19 LCs last month. It was 19.
Just so you guys know, that's the most I've ever enrolled. And that was when I had been working for 3 consecutive months. I enrolled 7, then I enrolled 8, then I enrolled 19, and that was in December. You guys, people normally aren't buying in December because it's freaking Christmas. No, I found the most LCs I've enrolled in December, and I've not pushed for LCs like that since then. We're doing it this month though. We need hell of volume, but it's good. It's fine. But you guys, I was still able to promote and still able to maintain, and like, you don't have to be this crazy mass enroller. But like, 19 is a really good number.
I went from like 5 the month before to 9.
And here's the thing too, Michelle finished her volume by the 16th. It just wasn't official until the 25th hit, because some of that volume that was being projected, their orders.
The auto shipment.
25th. Yeah, it was auto shipment. So, she's gonna do it again this month.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
I
by
am.
halfway through. Because what happened, you guys, and that's the way to promote. The way to promote is like when 25th hits, it's done. Because
Yeah.
wait till the last day of the month and like stuff goes wrong and people aren't showing up in eSuite, then you're waiting them to move them, then the system freezes up, you can't call customer service. Like,
I had no worries the last 5 days of the month. Like everything else that came in was just setting me up good for this month.
yeah, so the 25th it hit and she was done. And like if
I was up till midnight on my phone just because, but
if there was an issue, you guys, she had a full week left to get it fixed or to find the extra volume to get it replaced if there were credit card declines and stuff. And so that's the way you want to do it. The way that she did it, that's the way you want to do it.
That's how we're doing it this month too. Yeah. I'm not waiting until the end of the month.
Yep.
Because we have right at like 3,000 in volume to get me to double, and Bobbi will go emerald. I have
no doubt. How much volume did you need to go diamond on the first?
I think it was like 1,400. Something around there, because I needed some for Matt's leg, and then we needed some for Bobbi to go ruby. I think it was like 1,400.
Now, were you the only person on your team enrolling?
No. Nope. Bobbi was a huge enroller, and I obviously that was 19 is huge for me. And then some of her new people were enrolling. Keisha was working really hard. She was enrolling. So it's definitely a team effort. You don't get to Caitlin got to diamond by herself, but realistically, most people, you do it by helping your team. And I just had a girl sign up yesterday, and she was freaked out about, well, what if I do this? Like the last thing I was in, my upline friended a bunch of my friends and stole people off of. I was like, no, that's not something we do here. Like, I only succeed when my team succeeds. So like, yes, I have the luxury that Allie out promoted me, so I have a leg of my chart that I don't really have to worry a whole lot about. But I'm also able to do things like with her and her team and me and my team. So that's one of the nice parts about it.
Yeah. And it's just, we're just a family, you guys, and we just work together, and, we all work for our promotions. And what last tips do you have? So you talked about mindset, and I can like attest to that, you guys. Like, it was literally a flip of the switch. Like, she was not there one day and she was all in the next day, and then she went diamond in 15 days. So what other tips what were you doing to get all these enrollments? Like, what were you doing?
So,
because you didn't post for a really long time either.
Yeah. So I started posting again in February. Like, once conference hit, I started posting like I used to. And then I decided that since I was going diamond, I was going to do a gift card giveaway. So I could get some hosted posts up. I got, God, I don't even know how many hosted posts. Like, I was trying to get like 5 to 10 out every single day. And a lot of the people, so Thermophyte X hosted post was huge for me, and I can post it in our team page, like what I had the people post. And a lot of those people signed like on the spot. They're like, oh, 31 pounds in 90 days on average. Yes, please. I will take that. I will find a way to order it right now. How do I do that? And then being like super excited about like what their goals were, and I did a lot of like hyping them up for it. Like, I am so excited for you. So that was a huge part of it, was host to post. But I also had people who have been like, there were people who were watching me for however long I've been here, almost 3 years, that just now are like, okay, you're talking about all this money you're making, you're talking about reaching this goal, like, how can I help you? And either they did a host to post, or if they've been wanting to try the products for a long time and just like secretly never liked my post or said anything to me, like, some of them came forward and signed up too. So how many
people were you messaging a day?
Probably usually no more than like 100, if that.
Mm-hmm. And you weren't doing it in one sitting, obviously.
No.
Jail. Facebook and
I would be like halfway through a message and have to do something with the kids, and then I'd come back and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I had to feed the tiny one. My 3-year-old was having a meltdown. And being relatable like that with people, like don't think that you have to respond immediately. Like, people have lives.
That was a huge point for me. I had a lot of anxiety about messaging, and it was just because I felt as soon as I started and got all those 100 out, that was like really easy to just, because we used to be able to sit down and do it all in one sitting, you guys. Like, it was incredible. Okay. Instagram and Facebook did not care. And so I would sit down and send 100 messages in one sitting. And then the next day I would wake up and I'd have conversations, and I felt so desperate for customers that I needed to respond right away, or else I would lose them forever. And that's just not the case. So like, I had anxiety over messaging for so long because I was afraid that I couldn't keep up with the messages. So I just wasn't sending anything at all. And what I came to realize was that they're interested, they're going to keep being there, and they have lives. Like, they're not going to respond right away either. And so it's just a back and forth. And like you said, voice messages, like once we get a conversation going, like they hear me yelling at my kids or like breaking to have conversation. I remember one time Mason's like, you just drove through a yellow light. And I was like in the middle of voice messaging somebody, and she like died laughing. She goes, I just heard your son like bust you for like running a yellow light. And it was just funny. My life isn't perfect, and like I'm normal, and we just get to things when we can get to them. And so that's the thing. Like, I just break it down throughout the day, 20 messages, 25 messages, whatever, 4 times a day, you guys. It takes 2 seconds to send out those messages because it's copy and paste or text replacement. And then just spend the time in between while you can replying to those people. And then when you get another second, send out some more stuff. And so was your day super structured?
No.
You have kids, so that's usually like enough.
My life is kind of a not super organized chaos over here. Because, well, first of all, I'm not used to being home all the time. And I also do the embroidery for our business from here because Matt works at the shirt shop. Matt, for those of you who don't know, my husband works 3 jobs. He's insane. I love him. But when I go double, I'm making him quit at least one. So this month he's going to quit at least one job. No, my day is not super structured. And people that are so afraid of like how much volume you have to get somewhere, like break it down by day. Just take it one person at a time. You don't have to enroll 3,000 GV in a day. Like, most months you have 30 of them to work with it. And if you're not working alone, you divide it up between people, you divide it up between days, and the people that are interested are still going to be interested, whether they say not right now, or I have to wait till my next paycheck, or whatever. If they really truly want to try it, they're going to.
And here's the thing, what she said, like, you don't get, so we are about 60K from Prez, and I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing it this month. You guys, I do not think for one hot second that I have to get 60,000 in volume by myself. I am not going to kill myself for that volume. I'm going to work to the best of my ability. I'm going to teach my team how to keep working their businesses as well, and we're going to do it together. It is supposed to be a group effort, because I had that mindset when I went diving the first time, that I had to do it all by myself, and I had all this volume I had to get. And I did get 95% of the volume in those 5 months by myself. It was 7, 8, 19, 16, 16. And those were my loyal customer accounts to get me to diamond. It took me 5 months to do that. But you get like the random people who you sign, and then they sign up their auntie who like orders 300 GV worth of stuff, and then they don't the next month. Like, sometimes that stuff happens. It always happens. You get random orders and like that, but you don't have to do it by yourself, and it's not supposed to be by yourself. You're supposed to, everybody just does their part. You just do your part, then teach your team how to do their part, which is just fill out your steps to success at least once a month. That's it. You sign 4 customers and 3 teammates, you're Gucci. Literally, just do that every month and teach your team, all those the 3 distributors that you just enrolled because you completed your steps to success. Each one of those people are going to do their steps to success. So that's 4 customers here, 4 customers here, 4 customers here. This person gets 3 teammates, 3 teammates, 3 teammates. Now look at all those people who have to get 4. It just comes. So we don't have to overcomplicate the process. We don't have to do this by ourselves. And that was another thing, just like thinking I had to do it all by myself. Sometimes that holds people back. Now, sometimes you're in a position, like I said, I wasn't letting people not working holding me back from a promotion. Like I was working my business and enrolling people anyways and pushing for it. I had to put them somewhere. Me keeping loyal customers does not help me. It doesn't. I was running an auto ship. I was commission qualified. You still get paid off of people when you move them. So like, why not try to make more money by promoting higher? And yeah,
I hated keeping 5-6 customers last month. I hated it.
It's
like,
so,
this is crap. I don't want to keep them.
Yeah, no, I hate the rule. I get it because then
it's not you doing the entire thing
or
or
giving somebody a bonus. Like, yeah, maybe they promoted, but they didn't get the bonus because, maybe they ran an auto shipment. That doesn't count as the 150. So if they didn't enroll and keep stuff themselves, they didn't earn a bonus. And so they just wanted to make sure that people who are working,
that they do what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
All right.
No, but don't.
Last tips?
Don't get hung up on the no's and the people who tell you that like it's a scam. Tell them that unless they want to pay your bills to kick rocks.
I honestly don't get that anymore. I did in the beginning and I don't anymore.
I got a few last month.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna have them.
Scam. I mean, that night that I messaged you was probably the only rough night I had all last month.
Yeah, they're just like, what's a scam? And they're like, one of those pyramid things. I'm like, what's a pyramid thing? And they're like, I don't know. It's like in the shape of a pyramid. And I'm like corporate America?
Right?
They don't know what they're saying. It's just a buzzword. It is just a buzzword that they heard somewhere. They think they know it all. But
don't feel like if you
educate them.
If you don't feel like if you don't get to like diamond and above super fast. I mean, I've been here for 3 years. I could have promoted to diamond like a bajillion times. I've told Caitlin 1.5 million times that I'm going diamond. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I changed that I actually believed that I could do it and that I was worth being a diamond that the game changed.
Yeah. And
I started doing more stuff for my team and teaching them how I was doing it rather than just being like, okay, here's what you do. Ask me if you have questions. Mm-hmm. But I sent Caitlin a message. What was that? Like the last week of March. And I wrote out from January of 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Through what my commissions were going to probably be for March. Most of last year, you guys, I got paid as an executive or I didn't get paid at all.
Yeah, there you had it like at least a 3 month.
I had 3 months that I did not get paid at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I decided that I was going to be a big pain in the butt. And I had serious issues while I was pregnant. So anxiety issues that completely flipped my whole entire world upside down. So
listen, everybody's journey is different, you guys. And Michelle's going double this month. So regardless of what her past looked like or how many times she was close or how many times she's rebuilt a team and whatever, it's meant to be when it's meant to be, but it doesn't happen until you take action and change your mindset and tell yourself it's time. You literally have to give yourself the green light.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Feel free to hang out.
Okay.
All right. Raise your hand if you want to volunteer. Who volunteers as tribute? Oh, Sherika went first. Unless somebody's got to get off. She beat everybody. She thought this was tomorrow. I was like, where is she? Where is she? Because you were just on a Zoom.
Yeah. And then I was like taking pictures of myself with my product, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Oh my gosh.
You're good. You're good. Okay, number one, congratulations. Michelle, congrats. If I didn't I've told you before, but I don't know if I publicly stated my love of affection for you. But congratulations, Sherika, on your promotion. So tell us your name, how long you've been in the business, and a quick why you joined.
Okay, my name is Sherika. I started in February of this year.
Incredible.
And why I joined is because I'm a stay-at-home mom, been a stay-at-home mom for 3 years now. My husband has probably changed his job 4 to 5 times in that time span because we're always just like trying to do catch up, like trying to find the next best thing so I can stay home with the kids, and it just wasn't working out. Well, actually, the night I signed up, he was starting his new job the next day. So we're like, oh, okay. Like, I just wanted to have extra money just to be like, we always have groceries and have gas in the car, little things like that. And then I'm like, but I could see myself making enough so I can pay off this credit card debt and stuff like that. And it just, watching you and watching out, like my husband watched you, Caitlin, and I had no idea who you were. I followed Allie because we went to school together.
Wait, what's your name?
Cody Notestone.
Is he there?
Is he here? Yeah, but he's shaving right now.
I'm going to keep creeping, but continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I followed Allie, and I'm like, I told him, I said, listen, I'm like, I know this will probably sound crazy, but she just went, I think it was Double Diamond, and she got a $10,000 bonus. And I'm like, $20 sign up. I have to do this. Like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
He's like, actually, I followed Caitlin Hoffman, and she's like, I'm like, oh my gosh. So he was very supportive, and I was like, and to be a Ruby already is just crazy to me. And I'm just like, this is possible. It's really easy. If you just do what you're told, it falls in your lap. Like, just do what you're told and watch videos. So yeah, that's why I joined, just to earn a couple hundred. And I thought, why not shoot for 500 right off the bat?
And you know what? That was literally me. That was me. You guys, I just got to a point where I was a stay-at-home mom. We were cutting by with like my husband, military town. So we had just moved there, and I didn't trust anybody. I didn't know anybody. We didn't have the money to pay for daycare. And so I didn't think I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I did not just waste literally 4 years of my life in college, literally not sleeping and studying and getting A's, preparing myself to go to a doctorate program, to turn around and not use my degree and just stay home the rest of my life. Like, that was not what I was supposed to be doing. And so when I did have a kid, I ended up loving staying home and wanting to raise my kids and be the mom I wanted to be. And we were just skating by, and eventually it just started getting less and less and less. And then we had $100 to last us a week. And he's like, we have to do something. You know, I babysat on the side and like did some photography stuff, but it eventually got overwhelming and I wasn't enjoying it. And I was very stressed out. And at that time we had 2 under 2. But I knew that I needed to contribute. It wasn't fair. But nothing, like literally putting 2 kids in daycare and going out and getting a part-time job or a full-time job, I would not see a paycheck. And then I would not see my kids. It did not add up, but something had to change. And luckily I just saw something about $500 bonus on Facebook, working from your phone. I was like, cool, like I know how to work. So let me do this. And somebody told me to go watch Jade Hooper videos on YouTube. And then I needed to post, and that I needed to message people and add people. And these were my charts, and this is how I promoted. And I just figured out the rest. And I just did what they told me to do. I didn't reinvent the wheel. And then I went Ruby in 3. I mean, you went Ruby faster than I did. I went Ruby in 3 months. And I didn't have the leadership and the guidance that we have right now. That's probably half the reason why you went even faster, because Allie is incredible. This team is incredible. You're an amazing worker. But like, it's so very similar to mine. And so you double promoted, right?
Right. Yeah.
You did hit executive though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know what anything meant. I mean, even when I charted for Ruby, Allie's like, oh yeah, you charted. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah. I didn't know when I went diamond in 5 months, you guys, that it was a big deal. Like, Tina like freaked out. She goes, who the F is Caitlin Hoffman? I came out of nowhere, and I'm like, what? Like, I just enroll people and I put them on my chart. Like, that's all that we do. Right. And it was like I was a magical unicorn and everybody wanted to know what was going on. And it's like, I was just doing what I was told. I didn't know it was a big deal. So like you just said, like you didn't even,
right.
You just don't know. And so, I didn't even actually hit executive. I just went straight to Ruby based on how the charts had lined up. I think you actually hit executive because you might get a certificate. You might get, since you ranked executive, you might get an executive.
Yes, I have no idea.
I just got a Ruby. So I don't have executive or emerald. They just gave me a Ruby and a diamond and then a double. And now we're going to triple or double promote. So I might not even see a triple certificate. We might just go straight to Prez. So, okay. Well, we know your timeline because you just joined, but how many loyal customers and distributors did you personally enroll to promote?
This month, I think I basically got like one customer a day. So I got 30 customers. Well, last month, not this month. Distributors, I actually have no idea. It wasn't that many. It was just like 2 or 3 distributors.
You know that means that's many to some people because some people.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
No, you're good. No, that's the mindset to have though. I was like, I only enrolled 3 people and they're like, what do you mean? That's like your step to success. Like, that's good. I'm struggling to enroll 1. Like, but like having that mindset is good. You're like, oh, it's just a couple distributors. Like some people would kill you to take your distributors. So
yeah, well, I just thought, I'm like, man, if I can't enroll like at least 1 distributor so often, like how am I going to do this when it's $99? But I mean, after the $20 up was up, everyone's asking me, hey, how do I enroll? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Where were you last month?
Yep. And so I'm going to talk to people about that real quick because we are just coming off of that $20 deal. And that is the reason why we've enrolled a bunch. You guys, this company has been around since 2001. We did not release a deal on the enrollment kit until not last June, but the June before. So it has been $99 well over 10 years. And there are people making bucos of money. And at the top, when it was $100, I joined when it was $100. And what you're going to find is people take it more seriously when they have to invest a little bit more money than just $20 that they scraped up. You know, it's kind of a big deal for some people who join this business to lose $100 and like, just, you know, dump it. So it's actually what you're going to find is the people. I mean, I've been through the first $10 deal. I was here for that. I enrolled 37 distributors that month. And I literally couldn't handle it because there were so many people, and there's maybe 1 or 2 people left from that deal because they only spent $10. So if this business is really worth it to them, they will make it a priority and find a way to join. So I don't want you to lose hope and think that you still can't do it because you're going to have to shift your mindset. And the people who want this are going to want this, and they will invest the money because this company is just growing and growing and growing and growing. And, you know, we haven't always had deals. It's been $99, pretty much the standard. You will find people to join for that. So how close were you on March 1st? Do you know, like what your projected was? Like I needed this amount of volume.
From the previous month?
Yeah.
I think in February, which I didn't get my first customer. I started the 3rd. I didn't get my first customer until the 21st.
Okay.
And I got 12 customers that last week of February.
Yeah.
So I think I had like 800 something in volume.
It was insane. I didn't even hit 400 my first month. I was very, very shy of it. But so my first customer was my sister, and it took me a week, and I was basically like breaking her arm, like bugging her every day because it was my sister. Like,
yeah,
you were selling something, I would buy something to support you. And I was like twisting. She was like, I'm busy. And I'm like, buy something. And so she finally did, you guys. And back then we were posting 3 before and afters and 3 live posts a day. So I was actually posting 12 posts. 6 of them were business. 6 of them were normal life. I was posting every day like that and adding a crap ton of people and messaging 100 people a night. And then my first real customer came the day after I signed my sister, and she said, hey, I've been seeing your posts and like I've been interested, and so I wanted to sign up and support you. And I'm like, but everybody's different. So you said you joined the 3rd, and then like you didn't get your first one until the 21st, and then those last couple of days you signed 12. So yeah. I mean, those people that you signed, were you talking to them in the beginning of the month when you first joined and they just weren't ready yet?
Some of them were, like, the person who I twisted their arm was my mom. I'm like, just buy from me already, please.
I got a shopping spree to earn. Like, that's what I cared about.
That's what and then, because I got 3 customers in that first that day she signed, and I got 2 more. And they were people that had like mentioned something but never said anything. And then the rest of that week was just, because a lot happened between when I signed up and to when I got my first customer. Like my sister got in an accident. So I kind of like, I was posting a lot and then I just stopped.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just watched those posts and then they just reached out that week and it just blew up. I'm like, I was overwhelmed. I was like 12 customers. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but okay.
Yeah. It does get overwhelming, but it's also really good. I hated enrolling a bunch of people because I felt overwhelmed and that I couldn't take care of them properly or give everybody like I want like really great customer service and be able to help everybody with their goals. I mean, by now, like I could probably handle 100 customers. You get used to it and you get into a groove of an organization system and that sort of thing. So what tips do you have? Because you enrolled a crap ton of people literally since you joined, which was not very long ago, and you haven't stopped. Please don't ever stop. I'm telling you, you will kick yourself if you ever stop. I reached Diamond and I was like, cool. I gave my entire team a paycheck. So I'm just going to like sit here for like maybe 3 days and like wait for somebody to start doing something. And then my volume just dropped and dropped, and people were quitting. And the minute I took a step back and I thought that other people needed to start working, and my own paycheck suffered, and I lost rank, and it took me a year to go Diamond again. You guys, it took me 5 months the first time, but it took me a year the second time, but I did it right, and I built a strong team that second time. Then after I finally got it back after a year, I kept it until I went double. So like we built strong, and I kept working my business and kept working with my team. And like, you don't take breaks. You're going to have slow days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad weeks, bad months, bad years even. There are lots of things that you guys have to overcome still. Like, and you haven't, I mean, you just started, you probably don't have very many speed bumps right now. You're going to have times where your mind is just double that day. And I never make decisions when I'm feeling emotional or in a bad, like if I'm ever in a mood, I do not make decisions when I am there because I'm not thinking clearly, led by lots of crazy female hormones there. So what tips do you have for people on just how you are enrolling and how you're staying on top of things? Do you have a schedule? How did you promote?
Okay, so I try to at least message up to like 20 or 30 people a day. It's not that much, I feel, compared to a lot of people, but I'm one of those people like you are that feels like they have to respond right away.
Yeah.
And I've watched your videos and I've heard you say that, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And I try, but I've had a lot of customers that really appreciate how fast I respond to them. Like, that's like they're like, oh, I love that you can get back to me and let me know, because I know what it feels like to like want to order something and then you think about it and you think on it and you think on it, then you're like, never mind. And But, so yeah, I write down everyone that I talk to. Every single person, I have to write them down. And then I mark the day, like the first time I talk to them. And then I just periodically check on them. Sometimes we'll schedule a date, I'll talk to you. And then if we schedule a date and we're supposed to talk and you don't reply to me, I message you and message you and message you. Yeah. And then by the time I say, did I piss you off? That's when they message me back in order.
It's literally a magical sentence. And it's like, because nobody wants you to get mad. And you guys, we cannot feel bad about following up with people. If you told me you wanted to sign up or you told me you were interested, my job is you said you wanted to sign up. So my job is to say, hey, are you ready to sign up? You told me you're ready to sign up. I'm literally just here trying to help. And because that's what you told me you wanted to do. Like, we're just here to help people. If you tell me you're interested or you tell me you want to sign up, like, I'm going to make sure that on the day that you told me you were ready to sign up, that I'm in your inbox saying, hey, let's do this. This is, we're ready. But then you do have people who just either they get busy or, maybe they start getting a little skeptical. They're not sure. Maybe financial situations change. But I'm telling you, after like 3 follow-ups, and I'm not in your inbox every hour, you guys. Like, I give people time. I understand people have a life, but did I piss you off or something? They're like, no, like
it's magic.
They like rise out of the grave. They're like, I've been here. And then they tell you everything that's been happening the past like couple of days, why they haven't answered you. And then you get the conversation go. It's literally so magical. And I can't remember who I learned that from, but it's changed the game ever since with follow-ups.
Yes, I was so nervous to use it my first time, and literally because this girl, she reached out to me when I started and wanted to order from me.
Yeah.
And like, it was weeks upon, like, I'm like, what in the world? Well, finally, I just said, did I piss you off? And she's like, no. And I'm just ordered. And I'm like, wow, holy cow, that I couldn't believe it because, and I've used it a lot and it works every time.
Yeah. I can attest to like 99% of the time you will get a response. Michelle said it's Allie Frazier. That probably is true. Probably who it was from. So that's right. Okay. So do you have any like tips for people?
Yeah. So there's a lot of like you'll have people that'll message you and be like, oh no, not right now. But if I think about it, you'll be the first person I'll come to you. And I still, even though they say that, I still will message them every once in a while and be like, hey, how are you doing? And just get a conversation going so they can build because it's people I don't know.
Yeah.
And build a relationship with them. And then the people that have like their reasons why, like something came up and this happened. So I'll check in on them and be like, hey, how's things going? Like, what's been going on? And they're like, I really appreciate that you're there. Like I'm just trying to build a friendship more so they realize I'm not just trying to get their money from them.
Yeah. And that's something that you guys can change up too, like the follow-up. Like, it's not like, hey, are you ready to order? Hey, you ready to order? Hey, you ready to order? Hey, you ready to order? Did I piss you off? Well, yeah, you did. Quit. Like, if I was ready to order, I see your messages, I'll get to you. But sometimes they have stuff going on. You're just like, hey, like, are you okay? Or commenting. Sometimes something I like to do, you guys, if you are trying to sign people up and they haven't signed up and they're ignoring your messages, go to their page and interact on their stuff so your name is popping up in their notifications. It's not a message. Like, you're not waiting for a response. You're just showing love and interacting. You're going to keep your name in the front of their brain. Like, oh my God, I need to message this girl back. She keeps liking my stuff. Here she is again. I really need to message her back. So like, I try to keep myself present in their mind without directly being like, hey, I want your sale, because that's not what it's about. But like I said, if you tell me you want to order, like, I'm here to help you order. Like you said, you were serious. So people are just afraid. They're going to hurt your feelings if they tell you they're not interested anymore. It's really like, at the end of the day, sometimes what it comes down to, but most people just like financially cannot afford it. And they are too embarrassed to say that they don't have the money for like a $25 thing of fat fighters. So instead of telling you they can't afford it, they just ignore you. Did you have anybody straight up say like, I just can't afford it? And did you turn it around into a distributor, like a potential?
Every time anyone ever mentions like, I don't have the money right now, or I just can't afford it, I automatically go, well, have you ever thought about doing this? I'm like, I was in the same boat as you. Like, this is exactly why. And then I have had 2, I think, turn into a distributor from that. But a lot of people say, well, maybe like they're skeptical about how the process works, and they like don't believe that there's no catch to it. Like, you're not losing out on anything when you join this business.
Yeah. Yeah. And some people, they're just afraid. And those are the people you need to keep an eye on. The people that if they tell you, well, I just like have so much going on. I'm a college student right now and my hands are full. So then you go find a success story of a college student in the business, and the next life post you write, guess what? It pertains to the reason why they think they can't join, and it speaks directly to them. And they're going to be in your inbox being like, okay, it's all like your thing. And like, you're totally right. If she can do this, I can do. So I've had that happen before. I've literally had people give me a reason why they think they can't do it or can't join right now. My next life post pertains to them, but it's very generalized. So it's not like, hey, Sally, this is for you. Like, I don't do that, but you can do that and turn the people into distributors. And so that's sometimes how we get distributors, you guys, and fill your charts. Like, don't just give up on people when they say they can't afford it. You can't afford $25 or $33 to spend on yourself and invest in yourself, then you need some extra money. You just told me right there that money is tight, so you could use the extra money. You cannot tell me that you don't need the extra money. You just told me you were paying, right? So it's a perfect opportunity, you guys, to step in and offer the business side. And you don't just say, okay, sorry, like, for bothering you. Like, you don't do that. Like, you just turn them into something, either a potential customer, a potential distributor, or a connector. Did you have anybody like straight up tell you like, no, thank you? And did you turn them into a host to post, or like, what did you do with those people who were just like, no, like, I'm good?
People that have said, no, thank you, I go, well, thanks for responding or whatever. But as soon as I do a host post, they're always the people that are commenting. Or when I do a giveaway, they want the giveaway
free stuff
every time.
Yeah. And you guys, it's okay they're allowed to say no. And I say that over and over again. People are allowed to say no. We offer the products in the business to people. If they don't want it, that's completely fine. And you've already started that relationship. You've already started that algorithm. So your posts are probably going to be stepping up into their pages more often. And you do the giveaways. And then that's when they start showing interest. They're like, oh, so you are interested. You just don't really want to pay for it just yet. And so get them doing host to post, or get them in the app where they can earn fit coins and redeem for free products and stuff. So do you have any last tips for people who are pushing for promotion? So what promotion are you pushing for right now?
Emerald, please. Tips. I mean, I don't know. Just you're in Allie's videos like in the morning, like as soon as you're on, I'm like jumping on there because it does help. Like you guys motivate and it's nice to listen. Watch every video you possibly can because you learn something and you always have to go back and watch them sometimes.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Don't care what people say. Don't let people ruin your day when they say no or just ignore you. Just go find someone else to talk to.
Yeah.
Do you. Don't worry about no one else, really.
Yeah, exactly. Because that one person's no, you guys, is not going to crumble my business. There are people being born every day. There are people turning 18 every day. You're not going to run out of people. We're opening in new countries every year. People aren't going anywhere. You guys, the sea is plenty big. Okay? It is plenty big. So thank you for sharing your tips. I'm excited to see your promotion this month.
Me too.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Who goes next? Oh, hold on. Oh, we have the Jaydens. I forgot we have 2 Jaydens. Okay, so let me go. You're unmuted. Allie's Jayden.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
You beat the other Jayden. Just like split second. Okay. So tell us your name, how long you've been in the business, and why you joined.
Okay, my name's Jayden. I have been in the business. I joined in November of 2018, but in all honesty, I really did not start working until January. And I joined because I had a savings account from my graduation party. I had like over $3,000, but that money like went down fast and it wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
And I really just wanted to go tanning, and I was tired of telling my friends no when they asked me to go to Chipotle. So I knew that like Allie, because I'm friends with Allie's little sister. Yeah. So I knew she did this, and I knew she made a lot of money. And I messaged her like one day, like I was like, hey, I kind of want to do what Allie does. And she told her sister, and then Allie never reached out to me, but like literally the next day she posted a story for $20 promo codes, and I was like, all right, like I'm doing it, sign me up. And she was like, right now? And I was like, right now, like sign me up. And she was like, okay. So I signed up, and I didn't start working for 2 months, but when I did start working, I really like took myself off and I like hit the ground running.
I remember when you signed up, because we were working on her chart, and like we tried to strategically place people, and I always told her, I said, if you feel like you have a runner, you need to leave them on your top line. Because before they changed the stuff, you guys, to go triple, you need 3 legs, which is what you still need now. But to go Prez, you needed 4. To go Ambassador, you needed 5. And so you had to start building outside of what you currently had for a promotion, because by the time you promoted, you at least wanted something going in this new brand new leg that just like popped up. I was like, so if you think you got somebody who is going to go, leave them on your top line. And like you said, you didn't really like take off right away. So I think we had a feeling you were going to be incredible, and like you were her sister's friend, and then we were like iffy, and I can't tell you how many times she has said, I am so thankful we left Jayden on my top line. like we've had that literally on her chart. We had like a star, and that star was for a runner, a rock star, like somebody who we felt like we just had a good feeling. It was a good conversation. And that's where you ended up. And so she's been very thankful. And like, we made it like, it's Russian roulette, you guys. Number one, charting and placing is literally the most stressful part about this business, because you could be right or you could be wrong. We don't know. And it turned out to be really good in this situation. So what has your promotion history looked like so far?
Okay. So I literally hate volume. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I text Allie and I'm like, I freaking hate volume. Like, I hate it. Yeah. I like signing distributors, because like obviously I'm a college student and everybody around me's broke. Everybody's a broke college student. And I'm like, all right, just like join the business and like make money from your phone. So I've signed a lot of distributors and I struggle with loyal customers, honestly. But I'm like almost charted for Double Diamond, but I just promoted to Ruby last month.
Yes.
So I'm literally like 2 people away, I think, from Double Diamond and charted for Double Diamond. But I promoted to executive last month and then Ruby this month, and I was only like 200 away from Emerald, which really drove me crazy because the other Ruby leg on my Emerald chart doesn't work. But God bless Sherika Notestone because she works and I don't have to worry about that side of my chart at all. Like, I love that woman. Yeah. She is a blessing from above.
Yes. And you're going to have those people and you're going to have the crap people. And like some of you guys who are like, man, I heard Michelle say like, thank God for Allie. And Jayden just said, thank God for Sherika. And some of you might be like, man, like I want somebody like that on my chart. I want a piece of my chart I don't have to worry about. You guys just haven't found them yet. And you have to actually start acting like that person yourself already and leading from the front and being that person that you want to enroll to put on your top line to like take off and do some crazy shit, right? Yeah. So something too, you guys promoting in this business, you have to enroll distributors. You have to. And it is the harder part in the beginning. It really is. Until you get a grasp of it, usually, except for Jayden apparently, distributors is the harder part. And it's because you got to relate to people. Like, I mean, we were afraid to spend $100 ourselves. So how can we ask somebody else to when they're in a similar situation? And once you get your mindset right and you realize you're helping people, but those boxes represent distributors. And if distributors aren't there, you can't put your customers anywhere. I mean, yeah, you can make a percentage off of the sales and you can just have 1 billion people under you. But if you want to make the big money, if you want to move up, you guys have to enroll distributors. Then you turn around and teach those distributors how to enroll customers. So some people just, do you do live posts? Like, how are you enrolling a bunch of distributors?
Well, when I message people and ask if they want to, like, when I offer the products to people and they say they can't afford it, I just offer the business. And the $20 codes really like helped me. Like I used I think 6 of them last month. And I guess I'll just finish the answer to that other question. I only enrolled I enrolled 8 loyal customers, which isn't a lot for me because my January I enrolled like 12, I think. But the $20 codes like really helped. Like I enrolled this one girl like just recently it was like the middle of March, and she was really interested in keto coffee, and so I like told her all about it. I sent her my results. She was super excited, and then she was like, oh, like I can't afford that. And I was like, oh well, actually I have something else for you. And she was like, oh my goodness, girl, you have all the answers. So that was really funny. So I don't know, I just I do like I post a lot about like I don't know if you know or not, but I'm literally obsessed with Giant Knox. And she posts a live post every single day. So I try to like take selfies, and then instead of just putting like, you know, like selfie captions, I'll just say like something that the business has done for me, or like post like when I went tanning. That was like literally the reason I signed up. Like I wanted to go tanning. And I posted when I went tanning. Like I was like, I wanted to go tanning. And guess what I did today? I went tanning. And I got 2 distributors off of that post. So I just like post like what my goals were or are with the business, and then I like share when that happens, or what I plan to do. Yeah. Like I shared my promotion, and then I had like 2 potentials, and I actually did have somebody sign up yesterday, 2 days ago, from when I posted about my promotion.
Yeah. What's incredible, you guys, I don't know if I've said this. I've said this several times today. I don't know if I've said it on here, but people relate to struggle more than they relate to success. And you might think that I don't know what to write about. Like, I don't have a live post. I haven't made any money yet. Or like, you know, like Jade's over here driving her like big ass car and it's expensive and stuff. But you guys, I remember Allie Frazier talking about how she made a live post about ordering pizza on a Friday night, and they didn't used to have that luxury. They used to have to like feed their dog ramen noodles because they couldn't even afford dog food. And so they have the luxury now because of this business to order pizza every Friday night if they want to. She signed a crap ton of distributors off of that. So you talking about tanning, people who are like you, who relate to that and wish they could go tanning, but they can't afford that pleasure because it's the extra stuff. That, I mean, same for me. Like, I didn't start tanning until I could start affording it. I didn't start getting my hair colored until I could start affording it. And because of this business, I was able to do that extra stuff that you just kind of skim by on. And your story isn't because, like, you went homeless and, like, some of these other people have these crazy, like, sad stories. You're like, I was just a broke-ass college student who wanted to go tanning. And that's enough of a reason to, like, want to make extra money. And then when you get in, you guys, you start falling in love with the business. You're realizing that it's actually kind of easy and that you're helping other people achieve their health goals. You're helping other people make an income. And just because, like, you didn't need the income as bad doesn't mean that there aren't people on your timeline who could sign up with you that, like, need it more than you. You know what I mean? Like, so just because, like, you don't have this, like, super, I mean, maybe you have a sad story, I don't know, but maybe, like, some people just feel like they can't write about life posts either or sign distributors because they don't have this sad story that they've seen with other people. And I'm like, you don't have to have a sad, so just inspire somebody, relate in some way. And, like, the fact that I didn't know that. I didn't know that's why you joined, because you want to go tanning. Like, that is incredible to me. That is incredible. Because I don't know how you feel about it, but it's, like, incredible to me because people will relate on that, because I do. I related to that just a couple years ago. It was just something, this business helped us get more than buy. And then we were paying bills, and I still wasn't, I was, like, tanning outside. I would tan for an hour, like 30 minutes laying this way, and then I'd flip over on the picnic table and lay another 30 minutes, an hour out of my day to tan. And now I can go express tan for, like, 12 minutes if I want to. Now I use a mousse. But I'm like, I literally don't have time to go 12 minutes in tanning. I just throw a mousse on now. But that's amazing. So how close were you on March 1st to your promotion?
Okay, so like I said, I am like 2 people away from being charted for Double Diamond.
Yeah.
So I've been sending my diamond chart back and forth with Allie since January. So I, like, have been charted for Ruby for a long time. Well, I'm pretty sure when I joined, Allie already had, like, 2 distributors under me.
Okay.
So I joined, like, a day before them, and she just put them under me. And I went to high school with both of those girls. So I'd been charted, especially when the new charts came out. I'd been charted for Ruby for a long time. And after Sherika joined, and then I signed, like, 2 girls that I go to college with, and they, like, took off. They did really well. So my volume was, like, over 3,000 on March 1st, but I just had that one leg under me that wasn't qualified. Like, she had literally 0 BV.
Yeah.
So she signed absolutely no customers and then, like, quit. So she wasn't working at all. And I went to high school with her. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, like, are you interested in selling? And she was like, no, like, not at all. Like, don't message me about this again. And I was like, okay. So I just had to.
I hate money. Don't message me ever.
I know. I hate working. But I had to, all 8 of my customers that I signed last month went under her. And that's what got me to Ruby. So, yeah.
It happens, and, like, you eventually replace those people just because you replace with people who you aren't using now. I mean, you don't have issues signing distributors, so at any point in time they can be replaced. One person put under her, so you don't lose that volume. You just still help work with that person, you know. So, like, you guys, you don't use these dead legs forever. You do what you need to do to promote. You make the best decision you can, but at the end of the day, sometimes you don't have another decision until you go enroll somebody else. So what tips do you have for people, you know, on promoting?
Okay, I didn't ask a lot of my family for a long time. Yep. I don't know why. I just had in my mind that they weren't going to buy anything. Yep. And, like, how you guys said, you had to, like, you had to twist your sister's arm, and Sherika had to twist her mom's arm. Like, I had to twist my aunt's arm, and she was like, oh, well, like, I just, like, started taking these supplements that were prescribed, and I was like, okay, well, like, we have skincare. And she was like, oh, I'll look at it. So then I didn't talk to her for, like, 2 months, and then I was like, last month I was like, okay, like, I need you to order, like, you have to order because I have to promote. And she was like, okay. And I was like, grandma uses this. And she was like, okay, like, what does grandma use? So I sent her what my grandma uses, and then she ended up ordering the same exact product, but, like, the volume helped. So like, you just have to, like, I was just scared to message a lot of my family, but literally every single customer I signed is somebody that I know or I'd had a previous relationship with. So if I would have done that in my first month, I would have been Ruby months ago, literally. So like, I just told 3 of my girls that I signed last month. I literally just recorded myself saying this today. I was like, don't be afraid to message your family, because if they support you and they love you, they will buy from you, whether they're skeptical or not, because you want them to buy from you and you want to promote. If you just explain that to them, they will order from you because they support you. That's what Ruby's going, like, that's what going Ruby is about. You don't have to, like, you know, sign a bunch of randos to go Ruby. Maybe you have to do that when you go double. I don't know, but that's what I know for Ruby.
I have my dad in my back pocket. I will use him when absolutely necessary. And if he's got to order $300 worth of products, he's going to order $300 worth of product. That's all I have left. I know I have a couple people, family members in the back of my pocket where I can guarantee they're going to order, which is why I haven't signed some of them up, because I want them when it's like absolutely necessary. But I don't know. I've always been the black sheep of my family. And so doing something like this, nobody else had done anything like this. And I wanted to prove that I could be successful without anybody. So my sister was the only one, because we're very close, that I talked to. It's funny because my sister was really close friends with Allie in high school, and my sister wants nothing to do with what I do. And I actually built her to Ruby. Like, she joined as a customer. She eventually joined as a distributor because I needed another person on my chart to be a main leg. She said, sure. I was like, you don't have to do anything. You're just going to get paychecks. She literally told me to cancel her account after she went Ruby because it was just too stressful. I was like, you're not even doing anything. You're just getting paychecks. Like, literally, she would just get deposits. I'm like, what do you mean this is too stressful? Because I think we started talking about taxes and stuff, and I was like, okay, just whatever paycheck you get, like, make sure you're putting some aside for taxes. And she didn't listen to me, and then she ended up spending that money, and then she owed a little bit of taxes. I was like, I told you. And so whatever. I was like upset with my sister. So she supports me in what I do, but this just isn't for her. I mean, she knows me, and she was close with Allie, and some people just don't want to be a part of it. But sometimes you have these people in your back pocket who, when you need them in a crunch of time, like, they're willing to do it. My sister was willing to sign up as a distributor because I needed her. And so we did it. So
yeah, that's how I am with my parents. My parents pay for everything that I have. Well, before the business, obviously, but everything, like my car, even now, my insurance, my tuition, like, they still pay for that stuff. So I'm not gonna ask them for, like, you know, to buy those 300 BV orders yet. But once I get a little more financially stable, once I get up to like diamond and double and above, I probably will take on some of my own bills. But then I'll be like, all right, Mom, so since I'm paying my car insurance now, can you order 500 BV worth of stuff?
Yeah, that's so good though. And like, it's nice that you don't have like many bills and your parents are willing to do that, because not a lot of people have that.
Yeah, I am blessed with that for sure.
Save your money, save your money, save your money, go tanning, save your money. I mean, I think Cheyenne was talking to Jade, and Jade's like, you know, that people, like, you're 20 years old, you're allowed to buy a house, you know, like, you're allowed to do that. And she was like, but people my age don't buy houses. And she goes, people your age don't make the kind of money that you make normally. And so she's making this crazy money. She could afford she could start building a house right now. And she's like 20 years old, and she was like afraid to do it because it's just like, she's like 20. She's like, I don't know, do people really do that? And I mean, anything is possible with this business. You know, there's no limitations at all. Like, yes, we have kind of this old school. I was talking to my neighbors down the street, and they're older, and they were talking about how their kids, you know, they told them that it was literally college or we don't support you. Like, you're not allowed to live here. Like, if you want to go get a job and live on minimum wage, it's not going to be here. Like, good luck supporting yourself, not going to college. And I literally said, well, I know several people who are actually very successful, especially in what I do, without a degree, and they make a ton of money. And so, like, I kind of stepped in a little bit, because you really don't need a degree now, but it's just, that was the standard. If you wanted to make money, you had to go to college. And that's why I went to college. I love that I went to college. I love that I have a certificate, or like a degree, that, you know, this title. But I mean, it's not required anymore to like make this crazy money. And like, I encourage you to stay in school and finish your program, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Even if you
sure.
decide not to use your degree, I'm not using mine. It's just an accomplishment. It's something you started that you want to finish. And like, I'm definitely pro education. But I also know that it's not required to make money or to have an income you can live off of. And so they kind of really didn't say anything else. And I was super nice about it, but like, that's kind of mean. Like, telling their kids, if you don't go to college, then good luck living on minimum wage. But that's kind of the sad world we live in. Like, some people like don't see these opportunities that we have, think they got to work at McDonald's because they don't have a degree, and that income is the only thing that they're worthy of. So do you have any last tips for us?
Just like I said, like, don't be afraid. Don't get in your head. Another story. I keep telling all these long stories, but there was this girl in my sorority who graduated last year, and I never talked to her last year, but obviously we were in the same sorority. So I always just like scrolled past her name, and I was like, like, she doesn't want to buy anything. I don't think she's gonna want to buy anything. But like, I got like the 10 seconds of insane courage, and I just like typed out the message and sent it really fast, and then like kind of forgot about it. And then she responded, and she was like, yes, of course, like anything for a sister. And then she ended up buying like 60 BV worth of stuff, and I was like, why didn't I message? Like, I scrolled past her name like 70 times. Like, why didn't I message her earlier? Yeah. So like, don't be afraid to, like, if you don't get in your head that this person's not going to buy something, because you never know who wants to order stuff. And then like the amount of times that I've messaged people and they said, yeah, I've seen your stories, like, I really want that coffee, or I really want those wraps, like don't get in your head that this person doesn't want to buy anything, because they probably do, or they probably want more information or something.
It's like the best feeling when they're like, yeah, I've been watching your stuff, and you're like,
yeah.
What? Because you've never interacted on anything ever in the last 3.5 years. How was I going to know? Because some people just don't reach out until you ask. The answer is always no if you do not ask.
Yeah.
The answer is always no if you do not ask. You have a 50-50 shot of it being yes, though, if you do ask. And so like you guys need to just start thinking that, man. Just that if you don't ask, it's always a no. It's for sure always a no. Okay, well, congratulations on your promotions.
Thank you.
And I look forward to you being diamond this month.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is going to be exciting. So thank you so much for doing this. All right, you guys, do the other Jayden and Cyndi want to do rock, paper, scissors? Ready? Go. I'll say rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and you do it, okay? Ready? Oh, Jayden, hold the phone up so you can do it, so you don't cheat. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That was so sad. Oh, that's okay. It looked like it was delayed on my end, but okay. All right. It didn't. There we go.
Yeah. I had to say, okay.
My pickles won't open.
Of course.
Oh, look what happens. Now you have to do it at your own video. There you go. All right.
Yeah. They've been gone this whole time, and now they decide he needs pickles at 9:30 at night.
Yeah. Pickles won't.
Okay, so how long have you been in the business? A quick why you joined. What's your name?
Okay. My name is Cyndi Sanders. I joined for the first time in July of 2017. I had always used the products, like, since my son Connor, he's about to be 9. After he was born, I used the products, and I kind of used them intermittently to where I was like, I don't know why I don't just sell these. Yeah. Well, the jerk I was with at the time, he told me like that it was stupid and I was going to waste all my money and blah, 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 everything you always hear. So I just kind of did nothing, and I would order it randomly. Cassie's like, you're always like random volume that popped up from time to time.
I remember it. I remember that.
But when I first started, then I had signed like 5 people to join with me, like the first time. Yep. And then, I just kind of gave up because he didn't support me. So I was like, why even try? Well, then fast forward now to wonderful Matthew. I was like digging all of my It Works products out of the closet. And I was like, and this one, and I was showing them all to him, like, and this does this, and this does this, and I love this. And he's like, why don't you sell those? Like, and I was like, okay, like, I mean, I wanted to before, but because I actually work full-time in jewelry sales right now. So sales is kind of something very common to me. But I joined because I watched Cassie for a long time. And I watched her like buy a house, buy a van, like all this stuff. Like, and I grew up with her, and I'm like, okay, so if she can do it, I can do it. Like, why not? And at the time, I am a single mom, so I've been working full time. I'm never home. I hated that because I was a stay-at-home mom before I got my divorce. And I just wanted to be able to stay home with the kids. And I know that this is like the ticket. This is where the magic is.
So why did you decide to join Cassie the second time?
So he kind of like pushed me because I was like thinking again, and then they went back to $20 codes, and I actually had to like call and get my social security number released. But like I went back to her because I was in all of the like groups before, so like your groups, and I saw the trainings, and like everyone's just always so supportive. Like, and I've done other like network marketing, all like I've done other stuff. And I like, because everybody always tells me, why'd you pick this one? Because they were with me when I did all the other ones.
Yeah.
And this is the only company I've been passionate about and been like, okay, you have to try this because XYZ. Plus the compensation plan on this doesn't compare to any other. Like, you will not find, you'll not find another company that does cash bonuses or, you know, that yeah, I mean, it's just like the support, it's the environment too. Like I went to conference, I was a distributor, had 4 customers, I think, when I went, and Cassie was like, you want to go to conference? And I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to go to conference. And Matthew's like, we're just going to buy the tickets and we're going to go. Well, then like something happened with like Bethany's family. And so we lost our ride. We lost our, everything fell apart. And I told him, I was like, we've got to go now because there's so much opposition against us. This is it. Like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And like Mark was talking at conference saying like, maybe some of you guys drove 14 hours to get here. And I looked at Matthew and was like, oh my gosh, that's us. Like, and I was just freaking out. Like, he was like, you had a rough time. Everything bad that could go wrong happened. You drove 14 hours and you made it here. And I was like, he's talking about us. He doesn't know it, but he is.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is it. And Matthew's very type A. He's an accountant. So he likes all the numbers. He likes to look at it all. Like, and he, like, we left conference and he's like, Cyndi, I feel like we're in the beginning stages of a company that is about to explode. Like, in a way, like,
how I you're at the front of the wave.
Yeah. And he's like, I feel the same way about, like, there was something else his company did before. And he's like, I told everyone it was going to be huge. And they were like, no. He's like, that's how I feel. He's like, and I know you can sell. He's like, you sell jewelry at work and you don't even try. Like, he's like, why couldn't you sell something you're passionate about? Yeah. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's roll. And it was just like, you have to go to conference. Anyone that's never been, you have to go. It's something, it's like
talk in person is incredible, and all the leaders and their stories, and you're just being in that arena surrounded by other crazy people such as yourself is literally just comforting, because we feel so alone. When I'm working in my house, like, I'm like, am I the only person in the world doing this? Because I'm not surrounded by anybody. And so once you see that, oh my God, it's incredible. I mean, I've been 3 years now, and I'm going to go every stinking year. I am. So,
I mean, I told Matt, like, we just talked about it. I said, it's like, conference isn't even a question. Like, we know we're going. We've already been like, okay, we're going. We're going to fly. We've already decided.
You have a year to plan your next year's event. Like,
I was like, we're definitely not flying. That was a bad idea. Or not driving. That was a bad idea.
Hey,
too far.
There were like weather and stuff was happening too, and flights were getting, some people didn't even get to go, period, because of that. But like they tried, and some people hopped in a vehicle and like still went. So I know the weather was bad for some of that too. So how many, so you went Ruby, right?
Yeah. No, I went, oh, I wish. That's this time. You already spoke it. It's happening.
There it is. Like I know it's going to happen. You guys, we had so many like new charts coming in. I can't keep anything straight. Okay.
I was 735 from Ruby. I was so close.
So you guys, that's what I said. This is going to be the month we have so many people double promote, because so many of you were this close.
Yeah.
So you're going to hit that in like 2 weeks, and then just go enroll the next week or the next 2 weeks. Like with the mindset and everything going on, like there's absolutely no reason why it couldn't happen unless you told yourself it can't, and then it definitely won't. How many loyal customers did you sign, distributors did you personally enroll for Munch to promote?
So most of my distributors I enrolled last month. So like my Emerald chart was full last month.
Yep.
And I'm like 2, I think, away from Diamond, like distributor wise. So I didn't enroll any actually this last month, but I enrolled 6 loyal customers. I have to like give a shout out to Bethany, because I only have one girl that works on my team.
Yep.
Like
right now.
Yes. Right now. And so like she was working, and then I was doing the rest. And I was just like, and she looked at me, it was Saturday, like before Sunday. And she was like, but when you hit this, it's yours. Like you did it. And I was just like, yes, that's like, I don't want to do it by myself. Like you said, you don't want to, but like, this is my family. Like I want to stay home. Like I don't want whatever's below me on the chart to keep me from that. And since I hit that promotion, now they're all like, hey, so blah, blah, blah. Like,
well, here's the thing. Like I said, you guys, enrolling distributors, once your Diamond chart is full, that's half the puzzle. You just need customers now. You got the teammates that you need, and you can crank out the rest at any time. And so like, I mean, you're going to enroll them anyways. So you need a place to put them. So you guys have to build your team so you can start putting these people. You cannot wait for people to start moving their butts. You just keep enrolling, and you just keep doing what you're supposed to do, and you don't worry about anybody else. You help those who want to do it and move up with you. Maybe you just haven't found your people yet. Don't give up on people, because some people sign up and then quit and then re-sign up later, and then they're successful, like yourself. So I mean, you're gonna have people on your team do that. You're gonna have people that wait and watch you for a full year and be like, okay, she did this once. Why is this time any different? This is her second time. So they're gonna be a little bit extra doubtful maybe. And join you and be like, okay, I watched you the first time, and then you like stopped, and then I start you do it again, and then you start promoting. So like what happened? Like I've noticed like you're a Diamond leader now, and just like it's incredible. So what tips do you have for people trying to shoot for promotions?
So for me, it's a little different because I was trained in sales.
Yes.
So for me, we're trained, if they walk out that door, you've lost that sale. Like, so you talked about how you don't have to answer right away. That's been a hard thing for me, because for me, I'm like, if you give them a minute to think, this is how I was trained. If you give them a minute to think, you've lost the sale.
Let me just clarify real quick. I mean, I respond within the day, within maybe an hour or two. Okay, you guys, I don't wait 3 days to respond. I'm not saying that, but for anybody watching this, just like, don't feel like the second it goes off, if you're in the middle of something, like your life is over and you just can't multitask between taking care of your house and your kids and like working the business, like finish doing the dishes, then pick up the phone and reply to them, and then keep having that conversation. So continue. I just want to put that out there, because I don't want anybody watching this thinking that I wait 3 days to reply to people, because I don't. But I also don't feel obligated to. I mean, I want to respond. If I can, I will. But if I'm in the middle of something, I continue doing what it is that I'm doing and work this business around that.
Yeah. So like that was the hardest like concept for me.
Yeah.
So like when I first started, I was literally dropping everything to be on the phone.
Just attached to your 24/7.
Yeah. And you think like single mom, I'm in a new relationship. I have a full-time job, it was too much. I was trying to do it all. and I was failing at everything.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do it all.
Yeah.
Like, not that way. So, like, for me, I mean, you had talked about that before, about how, you know, you don't have to answer right away. And that really helped me, because what I would do is I would just go through all my messaging, and then I would stop and go do like the laundry, or go, you know, hang out with the kids for a little bit. And then I'd come back, and you know, I tried not to get overwhelmed by all of those notifications on my screen. I'm very OCD, so I like to have them all cleared off.
Same.
So, like, I just put it in another room, so I can't, like, look at it. I can't see it. But within that, I write down every person's name, and, like, any kind of conversation I have with them, and then I just go back in a cycle. Like, I just write it down, like, in my little iPad.
Yeah.
And every week I just go to the next page, and then I go back to my other pages. And like, that's one thing they said at conference over and over again. Like, it's always been said that the fortune's in the follow-up, and it really is. Like,
People will slip through the cracks if you are not organized and, like, right.
Yeah. And
will,
like, the people, like, I went clear back into, like, the archives of way back for this promotion, and I was like, I'm messaging people, and they're gonna be like, what the crap, because I hadn't messaged them in, like, since October, and they were totally just like, who is this chick? Why is she just? But then, like, a couple of them was like, yeah, I've been watching you, and I'm like, okay, I feel a little less weird now.
Yeah.
Thank you. But anything, like, any kind of organization, I just take it and I run with it. Any kind of list, any kind of planner, I try to stay as organized as possible, because I feel like I'm working on limited time because of my job.
Yeah.
And they just put a cell phone ban at my job where I can't use my phone. Like, well, no one's allowed to use their phone.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how do I sneak this in? So I'm, like, going to the bathroom and, like, you know, like, just trying to sneak in, like, getting up early, staying up late, like, whatever I can do to, you know.
Literally, you've learned to work this business around your crazy hectic schedule, and it didn't happen right away. You know, like, it's something that you grow into and that you eventually figure out. But with consistency and time and some patience, you do find something that starts to work for you. And your schedule might not be my schedule, and that's completely fine. But at the end of the day, you sent 50 messages, I sent 50 messages, and, like, we're both happy with, like, our lives. Like,
yeah.
The day, like, I don't care when you do it, as long as you squeak it in. And like you said, you were going to the bathroom, like,
our own chaos, organized chaos.
Just embrace it, ride the wave, and just, you know, do the best with what we have is all that we can do. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Steph, congratulations. I look forward to your next promotions.
Me too.
Yes. Long time coming. Okay. All right, Jayden, are you ready?
I
Number
am.
one, you guys, I've interviewed Jayden probably like 400 times. I feel like I see that I have, so that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Congratulations on your promotion. It was hard fought for, and you're an incredible human being. And so, how long have you been in? Why you joined, and what's your name?
Well, I'm Jayden. The other
Jayden.
I joined in October of last year, actually. So let's see. Why I joined is, okay, so I'm a big farm girl, I guess you could say, like big into agriculture. My husband, good Lord.
See, that's
not that far.
Husband. She's like, I'm not even married. I'm like, what? I thought you were married. She's like, no, I'm not. Everybody thinks we are. And look, she just said her husband. So that must be a sign. I'm just saying, now we've been speaking it into existence. I hope he's listening.
Yeah, he's not even here. So.
Okay.
But no, my boyfriend is a custom harvester. I know I've talked about it before in one of my other interviews, but so I guess I joined just because at the time I was helping him harvest, and I didn't, want to come back to North Dakota, I guess, to get a job, and I guess be away from him. So I started, I guess started this. So in, let's see, January 28th, I hit executive. And then February, I ended up losing executive. And so then March, I hit executive like right around like this, I'd say maybe like the 16th or 17th. And then I ended up hitting Ruby at the end of the month. So technically I kind of double promoted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody stays executive for very long usually anyways. Like, and you guys too, like, some people do lose rank, and it doesn't mean that you can't hit the next one. Like, as long as you keep working towards that next one, like, you should never have to pull out a Ruby chart again. You've already been Ruby. You know what I mean? So now you go Emerald. You guys, like, part of me, I feel like not going double for so long was because after I went diamonds and I lost everything, I kept looking at a diamond chart and like trying to rechart a diamond chart and like put people on it. I'm like, I've already been a diamond. I need to look at I feel like I limited myself, you guys. I kept trying to build a diamond chart and I was already a diamond. I can maintain by volume. So while I'm trying to fill a double chart and work with that, my diamond volume will come back and I will be paid as diamond. Once I made that switch, that's when things started rolling for me, is I stopped looking at, like, when you know, all of you guys, when you hit a promotion, never look at that chart again. Never look at that chart again unless your entire team completely crumbles, entire team, which has happened for people. Ali Frazier just went live today in the Diamonds page and told this incredible story, you know, and y'all don't know, like, what she was paid as or, like, what was going on in her team. Like, social media is very easy to hide behind, but, like, she had to whip out a Ruby chart in September of last year and start from scratch. And she just re-ranked double diamond for the first time last month. She saw one double diamond paycheck. You guys don't know that. Okay. So she shared that with us today. She goes, I am not too good to restart. So sometimes you do, like, if everything falls apart, you gotta start from scratch. That's fine. But like, if you lose rank, but you got people where, like, don't even look at that chart that you just did. So like, don't look at a Ruby chart, Jayden. You're going to look at an Emerald, because when you look at an Emerald, you're going to see the amount of people that would have been on the Ruby chart anyways, but like, you don't want to get caught up and hung up on that. So that is something I do recommend doing, is once you hit it, put it away, get the next one out and start working towards that one. And while you work on that one, the volume will maintain for that rank. Now you can't maintain by volume for Ruby, but you're going to go Emerald. And that's the point that matters. You're going to go Emerald, then Diamond, and then etc. So how many loyal customers have you signed and distributors for you to promote? So I know your story is very similar to mine in terms of working and enrolling, but let's hear it.
Yeah. So I'm only 2,900 GV from Emerald. So that's kind of exciting, but literally my team kind of has fallen apart. Like, I literally was charted for Ruby probably 2 days after I joined the business. And I have, I think, only one of them with me right now. But last month I only signed about, honestly, 5-6 loyal customers last month. And I think I signed more than 3 distributors last month. I'm pretty sure there was more than 3. The $20 codes was just last month, right?
Yeah. Well, and month before, but like, yeah, we had $20 codes, yeah.
Okay, so it was like, yeah, 3, 4, I don't know, I guess. But with the $20 codes, I signed 9 people with the $20 codes. So if that's all in March, whatever, I don't remember. But with those 5 loyal customers, though, I tried to upsell as much as I possibly could, because I'm so tired of these little 30 BV orders. Like, yeah. So I did that. So that's why I only brought in that many. And like I said, I have been, placing, I bring in the customers and I have to place under people. You know, my strongest leg is my boyfriend, and he's not even working.
Yeah.
But
you're going to have that, and you guys cannot be afraid to place either, because they got to go somewhere. If you're commission qualified, that is all that you're supposed to be. You just have to be commission qualified, and you work on filling your charts, you guys. That is how you promote. You don't get stingy with it. You don't like it. I mean, the word that I'm trying to think of, but like I've seen it happen before. Like you don't want to give it to that person because they're not working, they don't deserve it. Like you're holding yourself back from your promotion. And if you do feel that way about that person, go enroll another distributor then and like replace them. Like that's really what's holding you back. And so like people just need to shift their focus and rebuild. And like you said, some people aren't here right now. Everybody you guys that I enrolled for my very first year in the business, nobody is here today. Still that maybe Michelle, Allie, that was within my first year, but like very few people out of all the people I enrolled, not very many are still here today. But how am I successful and how am I still moving up? Because I just keep bringing in new people, and I don't care about the people who just like quit. Like it sucks, and I hate it, and I hate that they give up on themselves, because I want more than anything to help people be successful and accomplish their goals. But at the end of the day, sometimes I want it more for them than they want it for themselves. And it's not my job to like motivate people. My job is to inspire you and to give you your tips. And if you can't take what I give you and run with it, or allow me to help you even more than what I'm already doing, then I'm going to go find the people who do want to help. And in terms of upselling, you guys, some people feel weird about it, but if you tell me your goal is to lose 100 pounds and I say, okay, well, like, because I'm afraid to like offer like more than one product, let's just go with like fat fighters for just $25, because like you're afraid that people can't afford it. So you like limit yourself. That person is not going to accomplish their goal because you were afraid to like they are not going to lose 100 pounds in 90 days on just fat fighters. So you are not doing your job as a distributor by help. Like you're not doing your job. Your job is to help people accomplish their goals. So anytime somebody gives me a goal, I recommend 2 to 3 products that will work fantastically together to get them the results that they are looking for as quickly as possible. They can't afford that, then we talk about budget and we break it down. And so they also understand that this is what I recommended, and that if they just can't afford it, that's fine. So their results might not be as drastic, but they know off the bat that I was like, hey, these are the 3 products that are going to help you accomplish this goal in those 90 days. And they trust my opinion. So like I'm literally here to help people accomplish their goals. Like you're not only are you selling yourself short, you are not helping your people. And so they're going to hate their product because they're not losing that 100 pounds in 90 days, and they're going to curse up a storm. And it's your fault because you were afraid to offer more, because you were afraid people are going to spend more money. And so it is a lot easier to promote, you guys, when you are getting like 80 BB orders versus like 25, 30 BB orders. And they said at conference, one girl goes, we don't 30 BB anybody. We do not 30 BB anybody. And so like it was just like an upselling panel. It was just like people, like we don't get to control what they spend their money on. Like if they want to spend $80, then let them spend $80. Like I said, this is what you should do. And they said, okay, they trust that opinion and they go for it. Like I'm not throwing 10 products at people. I literally just recommend what I think would help them with their goals, you guys. And so I just feel good knowing that like I am helping people accomplish their goals. So what tips do you have right now on promoting, or what is it that you're doing right now to work towards your next promotion?
Definitely, like I said, upselling. I've never really, like with this business, I guess, like upsold really anything. I was more stuck on just like one product, and then last month I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start upselling. It doesn't hurt. You don't know what people have for money to spend,
Yeah.
So, and like you were saying too, their goals and stuff, like, yeah, like you can't, if somebody wants to lose 100 pounds, they're not going to lose 100 pounds on one product in 3 months, So I started upselling, and that's something that like sticks with me. So every time somebody like says something about or their goals or something like that, like you said, I'll recommend 2-3 products. Another thing is perk points.
Yes.
I watched one of the training videos. I don't remember who it was, some of the top leaders, and they're saying, utilize those perk points. So I literally, like the last 2 weeks of last month, I messaged, like I went through my tree viewer and clicked on every loyal customer of mine and, messaged them, and I was like, hey, you have like $20 in perk points or whatever it was. Like they expire at the end of the month. and stuff like that. And they used it like my mom is like my mom and my boyfriend are my two biggest supporters. Yeah. And my mom saved my butt because honestly, without her, I probably wouldn't have hit Ruby. But she's like obsessed with all of our products though. So she's always like, oh, I want to try this. I want to try this one. I want to try this one. So she actually helped me with all that. And then also like following up with people. Like I used to be pretty scared. Like somebody says like no, or if they would leave me on red, then I would, like just, okay, they're not interested and just kind of like move on with my day. But now I'm starting to just like go back and be like, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? And some people say like, yeah, sorry, I got caught up at work or something. Or another person, like I had one girl say like, no, I'm not interested in your product. Stop messaging me. And I was like, okay, block.
Like, listen, you told me you were interested and that's completely fine. Like all you have, and that's the thing too, like people, like I said, they're afraid to say they don't have the money or they're afraid to hurt your feelings. All they have to say, like literally all you have to do is say no, thank you. And I'll stop messaging you. Like it's totally fine. Like you're allowed to say no, thank you. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah. And like one girl, I even told them like, okay, I was just waiting for a response. That's all I was asking, but thank you. Like,
yeah.
Kind of like, but be nice about it.
I mean, if they were messaging, it's so funny because I've had people like fall off the face of the earth and like never respond to my messages like I just needed to know something or like ask them a question. They never had the courtesy to respond to me. But the minute they need something from me, they message me and guess what? I respond right away. It's like, listen, if I would have done to you what you did to me, like you would not have liked it. And you would have been cursing up a storm talking about how bad I was and that I just ignored you. It's like, just show common courtesy. And some people don't. And like, I don't get caught up in it anymore because people just suck. But there are people who suck and then there are people who are amazing. And I don't have time for the people who suck. I am not available for the people who suck anymore. I kind of control who I bring on my social media. I control who I literally add to my social media. And so you start filtering out those like weird, crazy people and start bringing in quality, amazing people who are meant for our businesses and putting those vibes out there. We're going to start having the better conversations and the better responses and stuff. And so, but like you can't avoid it always. Like you will have those people. And it just happens. It just happens. I do want people to understand that like Jayden has also never stopped. Anytime she's had an issue or she was feeling down, she was messaging us so we could like hype her back up. And I almost like, I basically virtually slapped her the other day. I was like, stop being so negative. I was like, I'm done with it. Like you just need to speak positivity. You just keep talking, you just keep complaining, stop complaining. And that's why you keep getting, so it was like in a nice way. There was just a point in time when I was like, like be positive. And like, so things are like, it's just good. She promoted and she's working on her next one. And so, I mean, sometimes you have to do that as a leader too. Slap you around a little bit. And like, I need it every once in a while. Jade will slap me or Tina slaps me. And, we just have that relationship and that's totally fine. And it happens and we need it. And that's
I'm pretty sure that was about distributors quitting on me or something. And then you're like, no, you're supposed to say that that's room for more people. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. There's room for more people.
People like those people weren't meant to be in your business. You pray them in, you pray them out. They are leaving to make room for the right people in your business. Instead of saying, oh, these people are quitting or they're leaving. It's like, that's literally what you were feeling and you were getting discouraged. And those are the vibes you're putting out there. Reword it so it sounds better. So it sounds positive. These people are leaving because they are not meant for my business and they are making room for people who I'm supposed to be spending time with. So I'm not wasting my time on people who aren't meant to be here. That's how you change it in a positive light. And so like, if you can just take that one instance of me virtually slapping you and start applying that every time you notice like a negative or a sad thought come up and be like, okay, like if I say something again, she's going to virtually slap me again. So like, if I can take care of this first before complaining to her, then like, I don't have to be virtually slapped. So like, if that was like a lesson learned and like, you're going to start being a little bit more careful and filtering your thoughts and like my job is done. Like that was the whole point of it. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this went longer than expected, but we did have many people to go through. And there were still 2 people we didn't. And I know the 2 people, Mallory and Bobbi, who weren't on tonight, you guys, they were mass enrollers. They are doing incredible, leading from the front, running out the gate. And I know that I think Mallory was on the top enroller Zoom last month. Bobbi's going to be on the one this month, this Friday. So she's going to be able to talk a little bit more too. I know she wrote her answers down. But
yeah,
I'll
Mallory were last month.
Yeah. Yep, top enroller. So like guys, just try to keep being on these, try to keep promoting, try to keep being a top DT enroller, keep sharing your wisdom, and people are going to understand. They're just going to start eventually hearing the same things over and over again, because really what we do is so simple, and it's just like, just do what you're supposed to be doing and do what we train you to do, because we don't overcomplicate it. And at the end of the day, it's just our mindset, and people just aren't putting in the work, and that's just what happens. So congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much. I will get this up and recorded. I have to make the cover photo for it because I haven't done that yet. And just congratulations again. And I'm ready to congratulate you on the next one next month. So, all right, you guys, we are going to end this.